But me, I was born to be a wife, I'm telling you.
You were born for this thing.
Yeah, I was born for this thing.
Hello there, I'm Thea and this is my love nest. Welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now that you're here, you might as well watch it all the way to the end. I want to send a very big shout out to everybody who subscribes to my channel so far, everybody who likes my videos, everybody who comments, and everybody who shares my content. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. So today I'm not alone. As always, I've been having people with me lately. Hey, it's really good. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about one of the most not so much spoken about topics. It's something that's actually in our community, something that is happening, something that we actually have to get to talk about it. So today we're going to be talking about parenting out of wedlock, conceiving a pregnancy before marriage. And before I get any further, I'm with Shalom here, and I just want to allow her to introduce herself, just to give us a little brief introduction. Tell us about yourself, a little bit about your upbringing, where you grew up, your Christianity journey. Like, did you get into Christianity when you're like older, or was it always a part of your life? Just a brief intro.
Hi everyone, I'm Shalom, and Theo, thank you for having me. I'm Shalom, and like I said, and I grew up in a village called Ngomgomo back then. I grew up in a Christian home. Yeah, so basically where I was, my granddad was a pastor, and the church actually started in our yard. So you just bath and go to church.
Was at home, you are a church.
Yes, you are basically a church. And I grew up under very strict rules. I knew when I was growing up that I'm not even supposed to date. You don't look at boys. Yeah, and my grandfather was very strict to a point where we were not even wearing trousers.
Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, we were not even wearing trousers. Grew up not wearing trousers until I was 14, after he passed, of course. And yeah, we were waiting for the old man.
You got the bed.
Yeah. And as I knew back then that I wasn't supposed to date, well, I did later on at the, like, as I was growing up, but then I knew I wasn't supposed to
so it was like in secret and whatever.
Yeah, and I wasn't supposed to be standing with boys. I wasn't even supposed, like, I told myself when I grow up, nah, I'm not gonna have sex until this age. And I thought I wasn't gonna have sex before I get married, by the way.
Because that's what they tell us. Actually.
Yeah,
like,
and
stay away.
Yeah, I did have sex, but later in my teens. And when I grew up, it wasn't easy. My mom and dad separated while I was 10, which made things a bit difficult for me. At some point, I grew up an angry child, thinking he doesn't love us, he loves his other family.
Kids, yeah.
And that made me grow up to be a very angry kid. I lost my self-confidence along the way. Like, a lot of things happened while growing up as a Christian child who was born and bred in a church. But still, I didn't have an easy life. But I think having that Christian background and having to grow up in church did help.
Because it's
so
also like shaped.
Yeah,
it's actually a lot of things, eh?
Yeah, I wish if we had an hour
of time, we would like go really deep into the stuff and whatever.
I'm telling you, I can write a book.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about your relationships back then, like when you started dating, getting into the dating industry. Was it like anything serious, or was it like I'm just
it's funny because my first relationship, I was dating a boy who was my age at that time, and he was not clued up as much as I was. So whenever we would see each other in the street, his friend being there, we wouldn't even hold hands. I think we ended up breaking up. There was no kiss, not even kissing, not hugging. I don't remember touching that guy. So
you're my boyfriend because you're my boyfriend.
I was dating. I was just happy to see him there. That was a relationship.
That was all that happened.
I mean, that was love for me. Yeah. That was
Aww. But that's how I feel like that's how it starts with everybody. Like you build up gradually. Your first relationship is usually like whatever, and then your next one is like okay, a little bit more serious until it gets to the point you're like okay, now I fully understand.
I never kissed until I was 16. Yeah, I think I was 16. Yeah, I think I was 15, like 16.
That was grown up enough. Like you're already in your mid-teens. You're like you were smart.
Yeah, but I was so scared. The first guy who kissed me, I made sure that the following week I dump him because I was like, yeah, this one is leading me into sin. I was taught.
Stay away, do not.
Yeah, so that was it.
Okay, so when did you have like your first real sort of promising relationship or serious relationship?
I really don't know because me, I'm a hopeless romantic, so
every relationship is serious.
Even the one whom I didn't kiss, I thought I'm gonna get married to him because as soon as a guy says, hey, you know what, I felt something for you, I like you, I go to bed planning a wedding.
Oh my goodness, our
babies.
Yeah,
I will always see the kids running around.
Yeah.
You see, I'm a
like
lover.
everything is planned out already. You haven't even like.
He hasn't even stated that he's serious or what, but me, I was born to be a wife, I'm telling you.
You were born for this thing.
Yeah, I was born for this thing.
Okay, then let's fast forward to later on when you started having like a serious relationship. Let's talk specifically about the relationship you were in when you got pregnant. How did you guys meet?
Oh, I hope I'm not gonna get in trouble for this, but well, let me put it out there. So basically, I met him first day when I went to varsity. Oh, in fact, he saw me on a Sunday singing at the church we were both in, but I didn't notice anyone because I didn't know anyone in church, but he noticed me. And the following day, I was studying at varsity. Apparently, he was also starting. It was his first year as well. And then he comes, we met through this other lady of whom I know from church. So as I was talking to her, he came and said hi, and I said hello, and he said, I saw you yesterday at church. Like me, I didn't see you. Dude, I didn't see you. So basically, it wasn't really love at first sight.
Because
so
you didn't notice him.
Then most of the time, I didn't understand why. Okay, this guy, he knows me from church, so it was a hi, how are you? Every time he sees me at campus. Then as time goes by, then I kind of picked up he liked me, but I had a boyfriend at the time, and
I'm not about to sabotage my relationship.
It's not like I was really in love because the guy was a bit older, and I thought I was in love. I mean, I'm in love.
When it's there, you know,
I'm in love.
Me,
that's me, and I thought maybe when I have my first relationship, then things are gonna work out, and then it'll lead to marriage.
That's actually
how it is for me is that I didn't want to move from every relationship to another and all that. So when I decide to stay with someone, or I decide I'm gonna choose somebody, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna try.
You commit, like you give it your all.
I'm that girl. So where as time goes, then he ends up. I ended up because I could see he liked me, but he's not saying. So I ended up while we were having a conversation. Then I mentioned a boyfriend, and like a boyfriend. And I said, yeah, I do. And then we started talking from there. And then I ended up telling me, this is how I feel about you. Then I said, because I'm not the kind who would maintain two relationships. Yeah. So I told him I have a partner. Yeah. So, but maybe in future. And then I put friends on him. So we were friends, and we spent a lot of time together. I remember going to movies as friends. But then fast forward 3 years later, then we decided to try it. Or he initiated, and then I decided, let me try this. I mean, like it's a guy I know from church. And I had so much respect for him. And another thing was, he looked like a genuine guy. And you know, when you say church guy, I'm thinking this is marriage.
Yes, it's always the case. Like,
because how
you meet him at church.
He was sweet to me as a friend, and I'm like,
if you're like sure. This as a friend, you're gonna be 10 times as a partner.
Definitely as a partner, you're gonna. And I like his personality, and I was like, this is something. I mean, like, why not give this guy a chance? He's a good guy. Though he wasn't love at first sight, I was in the fire.
But as you get to know him, you're
yes, I as time goes, I think I was convinced grew to love him. Yeah.
Okay. So you basically met at church. Okay, he saw you at church, but you met at school. So it was like a church.
So 3 years later, then we dated.
So you guys actually had a lot of time to learn each other. You got to know each other to like, okay, even if it was like not deep, but you spent time like as friends, so you got to like, okay.
But I'm not sure if I should say that, because I feel at some point I felt like the person who was my friend, then it seems like when we started dating, it was a different guy. I don't know. That's what I picked up. Because I don't think we had the same conversation. We could joke about the same things as we were when we were friends. And I don't know how it happened that we transitioned from that. Like, I don't understand.
Well, it's probably growth, and also maybe it's like the fact that now we have each other, so we're not trying to get each other anymore. So why should I even? Okay.
Yeah,
well, it makes sense.
For me, if we're gonna start dating and this is how you're gonna treat me before, I expect the consistency.
Yeah. But keep it going.
I think it was sweet for the first 3 months and
okay, are we still here? But okay, I get the picture you're painting.
Yes.
Okay, so then how was did your relationship have like other external people, like maybe his friends were involved and your friends or people in your life were involved in the relationship, or was it just like it's just you and I?
When we started dating, he wanted to keep it so that the people from church didn't know inside and stuff. And me, I'm a lover. I mean,
so
like
it's really difficult.
when I'm in love, everyone.
I can imagine everybody will somehow
know, but not that intentionally. I was excited. I mean, like, I'm dating this guy whom I think is a genuine guy. I'm thinking, this is it.
Like,
you see,
and
whatever this is, which I'm getting into, I was gonna make it work.
One way or the other.
Yeah. So he wanted us to keep it under wraps, but for most of the people at church, of course, they didn't know up until I got pregnant.
Okay. So let's get to the pregnancy part. How long had you been together as a couple and not as friends?
We started dating, I think it was 2010. Was it 2011? Okay, I forgot.
This girl is looking at me.
I forgot. But I think it was just over a year when I then find out I'm pregnant and like, we are.
This is it.
This is it.
Oh my God.
Girl, you're gonna be a mother. Imagine what people are gonna say.
That's what I'm about to ask you. Like,
in front of people, how are you gonna handle it? It was nerve-wracking.
I was about to ask, like, how was your reaction? How did you take it? Like, when you actually, let's start with, how did you find out?
Initially, I wasn't going to my period, but then I thought, maybe it's stress.
I was sick a little
bit. I wasn't really sick as per se, and then I was having abdominal pains. So then I go to a clinic. Initially, what did I went to the clinic and they're like, "Oh, you're pregnant.
You're not alone.
You definitely." I'm like, and they say,
"Are you sure?"
Yeah. We didn't like you pregnant.
Then you wanna try again, like. Then you're not confirm. Are you sure?
I'm like, she lying, yo.
I'm not me. Like,
no,
not me. Like,
how? I didn't understand how. But then after I found out, and then same time I took a phone and I sent him a text to say I'm at the clinic and they're saying I'm pregnant. He's like, go buy a pregnancy test.
Like, we gotta be sure. Like, we cannot just take their word for
No.
it. Like, let's just verify this thing.
People make errors every time.
It can't be happening.
I think we were both in denial.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, but...
And then how long did it actually take you to like eventually accept that, okay, you know what, I'm not alone in this body, there's a partner?
After that day, as I came from the clinic, yeah, a lot of things was going on in my mind. Another thing was I did buy the pregnancy test, and then it proved otherwise, and I gave it to him. And then, it did prove that I confirmed basically that I was actually pregnant. And then the second stress was that how am I gonna tell my mom? My mom is a very strict
typical
woman.
African mom.
Yes, I'm even thinking she's probably gonna take whatever is next to her and throw it to me, and a lot of emotion. What's gonna happen now? Like what happens now?
Yeah.
It was nerve-wracking, but then it took me. I think it was just a month or so. I got slowly but surely, each day when it goes by, I adapted to it, and I'm thinking I'm carrying this life inside of me. Yeah, people might not know that I'm pregnant now, and when they find out, they're gonna think, but this thing,
whatever is happening,
whatever this is, I'm keeping it. Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 22 going on 23. Yeah.
Okay, guys, if you see me with a baby, I'm 22 going to 23. I'm joking.
You're gonna be in trouble.
Oh, by the way, I'm 23 already. When are we uploading this? Okay, I'm 23 already. Okay, so who did you tell first? Okay, apart from you telling your boyfriend. After that,
my boyfriend, and then I went home and waited for my mom to come back.
Like you told me on the same day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I was so nervous. Like I kept going up and down, and then I don't know if she comes back from work. How do you even call her to say, come sit down? We need to talk. This is the mom. She doesn't even know I have a boyfriend. We've never talked anything relationships. Like, my mom is strict, and I don't think even now I'm 30 and I wouldn't tell my mom.
Just come up to mom like, Mama,
I have a
boyfriend or whatever.
so
as old as you are, I can imagine how it was.
Yeah,
like,
but
I mean,
I waited
8
for
years
her
ago,
to come.
7?
Yeah, but I waited for her to come back from work, and then as she's sitting there, I'm stressing. Like,
oh my God, how
I'm
do I
sweating.
How do I create the moment?
So I wait for somebody to go out of the room, and then I close the room, and like, there's something I need to tell you. I mean, like, mother. And she says, what? And I tell her I'm pregnant. She's like, so that's why you were panicking. I thought you were going to tell me you're HIV positive. So why are you panicking?
Wow. That must have been like a relief.
I'm thinking, girl, you're going to.
Are you not supposed to throw something to me?
Yeah.
Like, are you not supposed to freak out?
It was a shocker for me, but
really,
she understood. Yeah.
Maybe because of, as a mother, she could probably say, my child is probably starting to, she has a boyfriend now, and things like, maybe she's like, okay, at this point anything can happen, I should just prepare myself for whatever, you know.
I don't think as a mother I would prepare myself for such.
You don't have a daughter yet? So
I will, and she'll be my daughter until she's 30. She'll be my baby.
Can I call you back when you have a daughter and we'll hear if you're still saying the same story?
No. Yeah, but we'll talk about that.
Okay. So then going onwards, you know, as your belly started growing and whatever, how was like the reaction from your surrounding? More especially because you sing at church, like how was the reaction?
A few weeks after I found out I was pregnant, I think baby daddy told his brother, who was part of the church executive, church pastor, this is family.
Like
everyone's family
is there.
And then I can't remember whether we had a meeting and with the church board, and then they said they were gonna announce this. Yeah, I wasn't showing yet, but I knew something was gonna go down. Anyway, since I had decided, I'm keeping
my baby.
So
whatever happens.
So whatever happened there, I wasn't really prepared. I don't think I was prepared. I mean, like, I was prepared to how the congregants, some of the people would react
and accept.
Like there was a lot of things and a lot of things said from different sides. Not everyone was so welcoming, and anyway, people are gonna talk. So basically, I learned as time goes to say not everyone's gonna accept this, but you made a choice, and somehow you have to live with it. It was never an easy decision, because somehow when people look at you as the belly is growing, they're like, they're judging. And you know how Christians are.
More especially in the church environment.
Yes, some of the stuff which are being said, if you don't know where you stand, it's gonna break you. If I don't think if I didn't have the background I had, if I didn't know where God has taken me from, maybe I would have quit church and say, I'm leaving. But I knew what, like this God, I've seen him do wonderful things in my life to an extent that I wasn't gonna just throw everything that I had, my relationship with God, away just because of
this situation.
So here we are.
Okay, then how did the whole pregnancy situation, like, did your relationship with your baby daddy stay the same, or your boyfriend at that time, because baby was not there yet?
I don't think things were good even prior to the pregnancy. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain what was really happening. But I just know the relationship was not the same. I'm the kind of a person who doesn't want, if I'm in love with you, I shouldn't guess, does this guy love me? Like I had all of those questions before. I can't say I'm blaming everything on him. At some point, remember I told you before that on my upbringing, there was a part of me that was broken, a part of me which was missing something, and I'm leaning completely on this person for love, for affection, for
comfort,
everything. Yeah, and I feel even for him, he wasn't ready for this, and at some point I think it was too much, and maybe he felt this person is too needy, this person is too clingy, because I'm that kind of a lover. But then at the same time, I can't say I blame him for everything. At some point I felt like he's pulling back, and at some point I felt like maybe, definitely not that maybe there could be other parties as well, but that's a topic for another day. So, but things were not
the way they were when everything started, like initially.
At that point, that's the point where I felt I needed the love, and I felt like I'm not getting it. But at the same time, when I get pregnant, things went from better to worse. So it just completely.
So basically, like yours relationship was not like it was not a relationship anymore as such throughout the pregnancy.
It wasn't. But with me having, like, I was trying so hard to make it work. I was trying so hard, and I'm now thinking there's a baby coming.
We have to make this work for the baby.
Yes, I know things are not good, but I mean, like, in my head, I'm like, we can make this work. I mean, like,
we can pull strings and something can happen.
Like, we getting married.
Like husband.
Yeah, you see,
child.
And then there's a child.
How we are happy family.
So I'm like, we're gonna make it work. But things got even worse from there. So
wasn't the whole pregnancy journey like difficult? Because now thinking of church, because like you were like a full-time church committed person, so now at church you have to like step back a little bit, because now it's an abomination.
Yes, it was. I think the most difficult part, because me, I'm a worshipper, the most difficult part for me, yes, I'm having this baby, and I'm committed to making or to carrying this baby up until I'm having this, but I miss worship. Like I miss what I'm doing, like on like every Sunday. But then at the same time, I felt like I'm falling, because if I'm not doing that, this is my life.
This defines
when I'm not
me.
doing that, I feel like I'm not complete. At the same time, I'm fighting this battle where people are talking, like there's a lot of voices around, and at the same time, things are not working with this
guy. Like, why is everything else falling apart?
You see,
why?
So it was difficult because, and even throughout the pregnancy, I didn't have that support. You know, those things when they say, no, we have cravings, so baby daddy is gonna buy,
bring stuff, whatever.
I don't know such.
And I
ended up not having cravings.
Yes, like it's not crave.
I think it's for people who are spoiled.
Yeah, like if you are married and you have your husband there,
you can make him cry. I mean, you can make him just run around.
Yeah.
I think that's just the whole purpose.
That's for those people.
Yeah. I think
so that you're pregnant
the whole
together.
purpose of it is just to make a man run
your
around.
Partner be present.
Mm-hmm.
So then, when the baby was now born, fast forward, were you guys still together, you and your partner?
I think so. I think so.
Okay, let's just
I wasn't sure, but I think so. I think he was still on board.
Okay.
I really don't know. I really don't know.
So now that the baby was born, fast forward to the baby being born now, how was the relationship? How was the parenting thing? Was it like, were we doing it together, or was it just like, you'll be the parent and I'll be the mom?
Nothing was communicated, unfortunately. So we just went with it. So I think after the baby was born, few months down the line, then he came to see the baby. I think it was, I don't know, after a month or so, he came to see a baby, which was frustrating for me because I was expecting he'd be more.
More involved.
There, but then, we were never
parenting.
Yes, we were never co-parenting. Yeah.
Okay, and then wait, let me not conclude. Are you guys still together?
Nope.
Okay. How long after the baby was born did the relationship go on?
About a year and before my hand could turn 2. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have ghosts in here?
It's a bit of it.
Okay, so that happened. So now I want to ask you, what was like the most challenging or the most difficult thing about parenting out of wedlock, considering everything, considering your Christianity, like how people's opinions were actually contributing to how you actually live your life? What was the most challenging thing about having to be a parent before you were married?
I think having to do everything alone, man. Sometimes you do need the help. You're thinking, if I had a partner who was more involved and all that.
Do this together.
Yes, but then other than that, everything else is beautiful, man. Being a mom is beautiful.
Please do not be here giving me ideas. I'm gonna go buy a baby.
No, don't. They are demanding. It's one of those little friends who think you are rich. Yeah, those.
Everything. Please buy me this. Please buy me.
Yeah.
How old is your son now?
He's 7 now.
I'm definitely gonna insert a picture. Like somewhere we're gonna put a picture of mother and son.
Yeah,
so you can see how
most beautiful baby.
Yeah, we must say he is very beautiful. He is very. Then what biggest lesson, like the most biggest takeaway message, or what you actually learned from the experience, all around being a mother, the relationship, everything?
Yeah, I think if I was a young me, I wouldn't prefer having a baby out of wedlock. And at that time, I don't think I was ready to. But then it kind of made me grow. I just had to grow into it. But other than that, it has been the most beautiful experience, and it was a learning curve. I wouldn't advise anyone to unless you are ready financially, unless you are ready emotionally, and
physically as well.
And I think my family had been supportive.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
so
actually
that got me through the most, and I think it was a blessing. He's a good kid, man. He's easy to raise.
Actually, God came through for you. Like, God was like, you know what, I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's like a mini boyfriend. So
everything else is okay.
Everything else just fell into place. As much as I wasn't ready, I think it worked out perfectly. Yeah, it worked out. I wouldn't change anything. But other than that, I would say if you are not ready for this, in fact, wait until you are married.
Yeah, because well, at the end of the day, I think what we can also learn is that the fact that all that we're taught in church is that sex before marriage is a sin brings fear. Like, they're not actually getting you really deep into it. As much as it's a sin, it goes to more than that. When the baby is there, you're gonna have to raise a child without the partner, because
besides, I thought maybe initially as much as I was pregnant, then he had to marry me, because that's what they said at church. Yeah. If he did that, then he had to marry you, and I thank God that didn't happen. Somehow it wasn't easy, yes, but then some of the things, it doesn't have to be that way. You can still live, you can still
exactly,
raise a child, you can still
There's so many people who actually say we got married because we had a child, and that's the list of reasons you can actually get married for.
Thank you.
So
it shouldn't be, because I mean, what if both of you are no longer in love, you've grown apart, and you're gonna raise a child in a family where both of you are not happy. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not really a healthy thing to do.
But after, I think this was a mouthful, like so much that we've got to understand and learn from a perspective of somebody who's actually been there, because hearing it from don't do it is not the same as I've been there, I know what I'm talking about. So now that we've got this much, and I'm definitely sure we're gonna have another one, right? Gonna have a round 2 or something like that.
The next one you'll pay. Yeah.
Wow.